and welcome to Nashville Misty. I'm so glad that you're tuning in with me today, whether you're driving through crazy Nashville traffic, or you're home quarantining, or you're at work, or wherever you are. I am so thankful that you took time out of your day to spend with me. So if you could just subscribe and leave me a review, that would be just like love bombing me electronically, and I would so appreciate that. Just to introduce you to myself, if it is your first time listening, welcome. My name is Misty Perry. I am a Nashville-based affiliate real estate broker. I also manage my 2 teen boys who are actors and professional models, as well as have other side businesses, and I would probably characterize myself as a soulpreneur. So I am very much in tune with the metaphysical and health, wellness, and overall lifestyle living and what we need to do to maximize the most out of our lives and ourselves. I have another podcast, a sister podcast called Babes Who Build, and that was actually rebranded from Misty K Coaching. So you can Google either one of those and that will pop right up. And that is more of just mindset, metaphysical, how to have personal growth and development in your life. And those are much shorter episodes. Those are kind of thoughts for the day, or try this or do that. And this particular podcast is pop culture. So this is a little bit of everything. It's kind of a hodgepodge of things I care about and I like. I actually started this podcast to generate Nashville real estate advertising and kind of just reach people like that. But I absolutely fell in love with podcasting, and I have absolutely no experience in radio, but I don't really need to, because this is not something that's a career. It's more of a passion, a hobby, and something I enjoy. I've actually had Grammy Award winners, movie stars, actors, award-winning authors on this podcast. So I'm amazed, but I'm just going to keep rolling with it. I mean, that's what you do, right? You can reach me at hello@mistyperry.com. And also, if you'd like to follow my new blog that I have online, it is nashvillemisty.com. And there you can kind of see me, read more about myself, find my other podcasts, and read my blog. So I'm Nashville Misty on all socials. And without further ado, let's get started with our quote of the day. Quote of the day is to go wild for a while. I don't know if you're like me, but do you just have this hair trigger about to set off type of energy that you just want to kind of burst into the world again? And I understand I'm in deep state South and no one's really abiding by any masks here where I am. I'm in a bedroom community outside of Nashville, and we have had more freedom than most, for sure. And I completely acknowledge that other parts of the country were more restricted, but at the same time, the psychological baggage that comes along with, am I going to get in trouble for wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, or don't get too close to people, and all of this kind of hesitation that's went on with us, I feel it's kind of fading away. It's kind of fading away. You know, we're getting more vaccines. We're basically, irregardless of where we are in the thing, in the thick of it, we are 100% used to it. We're used to talking about it, used to dealing with it, and I feel that has created a sense of normalcy. Even if we're not 100% back, we have kind of a sense of normalcy. So that being said, I feel that there's just this newness. It's spring, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. Do something wild, go out into the wild, don't care what people think, and just enjoy your day. That's all you have is today. And with that, this is a Brene Brown quote that tickled my fancy. Tickled my fancy. I mean, this woman in her quotes are absolutely phenomenal. So let me share this with you. Here it goes. After the first time that you opt to brave the wilderness, you pull away from what a group of people think. Maybe it's your creative community, maybe it's your critics. The first time you pull away and find power in standing on your own, I think your heart is marked by the wild. I think you belong in the wilderness in a different way, because every time after that, when you choose fitting in over becoming yourself, it's painful. Brene, honey, yes and thank you and more. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I love that, marked by the wild. Oh, I love it so much. And in a year where we have had to stand up for what we feel or what we believe or who we are, and all of these things are happening, it's so freeing to know that we can be ourselves and we can just be truly ourselves. We don't have to be another person, a different version of ourselves. We can just show up as ourselves, say what we think, and I think we've had a year of kind of identifying what's important to us. So definitely need more of that. My shout out of the week goes to Etsy. And as we've all been ordering more online, most definitely, I have ordered from several different women who have modified items, sent items on rush, have been overly compassionate on getting me the things I need on time. And I ordered some really cute hats, and they put Realtor Edition on them, and I'm so impressed by them. I'm just so excited, and just kind of switches up the Amazon vibe. You know, you always have an Amazon box at your house, I'm sure, and Etsy is just kind of the next level. It's always been creative, it's always been amazing, but it's the biggest today that it's ever been, which means your options are more and you have a lot more options. And it's definitely something that maybe revisit. Maybe you forgot. They have an app. It's absolutely phenomenal. And they will do specialty orders and kind of monogram things or send things to different people, put notes in the box for you. It'll give you that extra added glam and touch that maybe you're lacking right now. So get some things for your spring cleaning in your home and just make it absolutely amazing. Next, we have Nashville Gossip Reddit edition. And the subthread. If you're not a Reddit person, Reddit operates under subthreads. So there's subs, which are basically subjects. And under Reddit, you can go check out Celeb Wives of Nashville. Oh my goodness. I went down the rabbit trail. I was gone. I was gone. I mean, 3 sheets to the wind and in deep. The Reddit rabbit trail of these gossip Nashville sites. Oh my goodness. If you enjoy that, you're gonna love this. So let me tell you the scoop of what's going on. And when I tell you that there really isn't a lot of Nashville gossip. Nashville gossip sites are basically PR for artists, and that's not what gossip is. Gossip is the thing you don't want us to know, and there really isn't anything out there except for Reddit, which I find really bizarre and interesting. If you grew up here like I did, you would understand the dynamic of the town and why it is that way, and that's a different show for a different day. But let's get busy. So Morgan Wallen, who you may know by his huge string of hits, and I absolutely love Morgan Wallen's music. And I have to specify music because now he's a hot, shady mess. So I can't really say I like Morgan Wallen. What I can say is I loved Morgan Wallen's music. If you don't know who he was up and coming, bro country, kind of very, very romanticized country music guy. And to me, his music sounded and reminded me of Rick Springfield. To me, he has a lot of 80s kind of pop inspired melodies, but that's not anything to do with what we're talking about. You may remember him for his bad faux pas. He got in huge trouble because someone had taped him outside of his home. Now, I have an insider scoop on that his neighbors actually say he was a horrible neighbor, that he was loud, partying. He had been warned multiple times and would not tone it down. And because of this bad neighborly behavior, he began to get videotaped. People knew who he was. They knew he was being disrespectful. He was partying, keeping working class Nashvillians up all hours of the night. In his, I believe he lived, I want to say either Germantown or the Nations. Don't quote me. And anyway, my insider person told me that all the neighbors hated him. He was extremely rude, extremely disrespectful. And I would just like to preface that with, if he had been a decent human, none of this would happen. But anyway, that's not even what the story's about. So Morgan Wallen allegedly was a horrible neighbor. So his neighbor across the street, one night partying, Morgan came in, he tapes him. And Morgan says a racial slur. Now, that is all over Twitter. They say he's canceled. Well, I guess he actually was canceled because they pulled all his music. They pulled his nominations. His label canceled him, I believe. So, I guess we could say they canceled him over that. And that's who Morgan Wallen is. So that's your recap on him. He's a country music celebrity. So he has a child. His baby mama is Katie Smith. Now, if you go on this Reddit, Celeb Wives of Nashville, this is all the rage. This is all they're talking about. Because allegedly, now that you have all the players and backstories, because this is a rabbit hole. Okay, it's a rabbit hole. I have got it down to one sentence for you, but that took me an hour, okay? I went on to grab a quick story, get a little education as I prepare for my podcast, which I always do, and they got me. Y'all got me. I'm supposed to be at the gym right now, Celeb Wives of Nashville. Thank you very much. So, Morgan Wallen's baby mama stole Casey Allen from her best friend. That is, in a nutshell, what the rage is on Reddit and Nashville gossip right now. So Katie Smith dated Morgan Wallen, and it's been off and on her plastic surgery journey. Ooh, love it. She is a different woman and holding a paycheck because, they have a baby now, and good for her. She looks like, from her Instagram, a lake lizard. If you're not from here, maybe you don't know what lake lizards are, but lake lizards are basically people that just really don't have any depth and live on the lake and look good. Like, you could think of them as kind of like gym rats, lake lizards, a very similar thing. So she's definitely a lake lizard, and her go-to is to look good, be quiet, be nice to men, and that's all you do in Nashville. That's literally all you have to do. If you want to marry a country star, be blonde, be a lake lizard, don't talk, be quiet. And, someone will eventually marry you. And that's her vibe and her scene. And so she has this best friend, and her best friend's name is Britt. So Katie and Britt are best friends, okay? Katie's dating Morgan Wallen, and Britt's dating Casey Allen. So we've got two girls dating two country music stars. Katie's smart and gets pregnant, and simultaneously after having the baby and her and Morgan didn't work out, she just took Casey Allen from this girl, Britt. Yes, that is the whole drama. That is the whole scoop. I am done. And let me just say, all three of these people publicly talk about this, okay? On Casey Allen's Insta, you can see pictures of him and Katie. Britt addresses this in her stories. Katie addresses other things, alluding to things in her timeline. So this is not something that is a secret. This is something they all three openly talk about. And the most fascinating part are the followers. That's the most fascinating part. Morgan Wallen's baby mama has the most, coming in at 194,000 Instagram followers for being blonde and getting pregnant by Morgan. And then Britt comes in under 2K and just honestly looks like the sweetest soul. I mean, she looks like the sweetest, happiest soul. She's blonde with a little voice, and she looks deep, and like she is just super, super sweet. And then Casey, who I'd never heard of until then, I'm not sure if he has a hit or not. I've never heard of him. But Casey Allen is at 14.4. So definitely want to be in the scoop on that. That's the whole Morgan Wallen. Evidently, KT has a type because Morgan Wallen looks very similar to Casey Allen. Just, your Bud Light guy at the gas station. Look, whatever look that is. Kind of auburny reddish, can't grow a full beard, But hey, if you want to follow any of these people, follow Britt Pierce. That's with 3 T's and a dot. And she wishes them happiness and happily ever after. And for her being the bigger person, definitely Britt is the winner in this situation. And that is all. That is your Nashville gossip. You are up to speed and you're welcome. Now let's talk about Johnny Depp's extravagant spending. When I heard his wine bill for the month, I absolutely did not believe it. I had to do my own research, and you will not believe what I've found. And the Pirates of the Caribbean star is actually bankrupt. Yes, you heard that right. He is completely bankrupt. One reason for this could be the type of wine that he likes, but listen to these numbers. These numbers are astronomical, and if he liked American women, maybe I would have a shot because, hey, Johnny, I love wine, okay? Send me a case, all right? I will take a nice Shiraz. Oh, he probably doesn't drink that. That sounds poor. Okay, I'll take a nice Malbec. Probably not. He's probably a cab drinker. I have not read the name of the wine. We're doing that together momentarily. I 100% bet Johnny is a cab drinker and European wine and European woman connoisseur. Oh, yes, he is. Hold on. Let me sip my latte. Okay. Shout out Hot Topic and Aubrey Mills for the cup. Thank you, guys. Okay, so here is Johnny Depp's monthly tab. I can't say it out loud. Oh my God, I drink Yellowtail. I'm so poor. Okay, Johnny Depp's wine bill a month is, I literally can't say it. It's like hurting my heart. Is $30,000. This is a month. This is not annually. This is a month. $30,000 a month on wine, $300,000 on staff. You need 40 full-time employees when you're Johnny Depp. I mean, hey, who's gonna comb his his brunette locks? $150,000 on security for himself and his family. Actually, I can see that. I can definitely see $150,000 for security. That sounds feasible to me. $200,000 for a private jet. Yeah, because you're not going to fly Spirit and look over and see Mr. Depp. No, never. And according to TMZ, Depp spent more than $75 million to buy and furnish 14 residences, because who needs 10 houses when you can have 14, including an entire village. Oh my gosh. I'm realizing how poor I am. I'm going to LA. I'm just going to go to LA and lay on Hollywood Boulevard until someone gives me $30,000 a month for wine, because he owns an entire village in France. Depp is now trying to unload the town, which features a church, a restaurant, and several houses, for $63 million. So if you want to buy the Johnny Depp town, that will be $63 million and 0 cents. So, what type of wine does Mr. Depp like? Well, we already know he doesn't like American wine, okay? We know that. And what we can say is that whatever wine this is for $30,000 a month, it must be phenomenal. Okay, so here's the type of wine that he likes, and please forgive the pronunciation. I am a little French, but my French is horrid. Okay, so he likes Chateau Petrus. That's Petrus. Chateau Petrus. That is my best. That's my absolute best. The current average price for a bottle is $2,600 and 75. Yeah, 2,675 a bottle. If he drank half a bottle of that every day, then his monthly wine bill would be around 40. So that's pretty close. So his favorite wine is this dark bottle, and it's over 2,000 a bottle. So he could drink half a bottle a day is actually not that much. So it's not how much he's drinking, it's the type of wine that he's drinking. So if you're interested in purchasing a bottle of the Chateau, here is what you need to know. This particular Chateau bottle is a red Bordeaux. Bordeaux's are grown in the south of France. So you can have a Bordeaux. It's basically a type of wine in many different brands. It's a dry, medium to full body wine. It's high in tannins with medium acidity. And that's evidently what Mr. Depp loves. I guess a Chardonnay, but I did watch the wine documentary on Netflix where the man actually sells fake bottles of wine, and I believe most of them were Bordeaux. So I guess Bordeaux is maybe a very ritzy, high-end wine, and that is what Mr. Depp will go in debt for. I believe the movie is called I'm trying to find it for you guys. Let's see, wine documentary, and so I can tell you because it's actually really, really, really fascinating and very, very, very good. This man takes he takes inspiration from old bottles of wine, recreates them, and sells them, and they're actually they're not very good. They're horrible. And he bottles them as if they're vintage bottles, and he made millions and millions of dollars on this. Okay, they took it off of Netflix, which is actually really, really weird. So I didn't get to finish it. I actually watched almost all of the documentary. I did find the name. It's called Sour Grapes, and I had watched like almost all of it. And then what I do if I fall asleep the next morning while I have my coffee, I'll finish it. And that way I don't like leaving things unfinished. I have this personality trait. I like things finished, and I like closure, and I like things done. So I got up the next morning to finish this documentary, and it was gone. So if you want to watch it, you'll have to Google Sour Grapes. It's not on Netflix. They took it off, and I watched it, I guess, the last night before they took it off. So I think you actually have to pay to watch it, but high recommend, worth $5, and yeah, go definitely do that. So we have a very super, super special guest. She is extra cute and has 95,000 followers on TikTok. She is our TikTok influencer of the day, and I cannot wait for her to drop her inspiration and her content. We're also going to go over the TikTok convention, and I am so excited to welcome Jana Ross to the show. This is an editor's note, and unfortunately, technology is not perfect. Although sometimes I think I have perfected it because I've been home for almost a year, I have not. So unfortunately, on my end, not Jana's, it's not perfection. Okay, I'm going to be honest, but I love the interview so much. I'm going to go ahead and include it in this week's podcast. Things do happen for a reason, and it has a really nice early 90s phone call vibe on my end. Jana's audio is perfect, and mine, well, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But irregardless, Jana, welcome to the show.
I'm good. I'm a little nervous. I've never done this, so I want to.
It is different, but you actually get used to it. I remember the first, I've been doing it for about 3 years. So the first podcast, I remember my voice was like doing that thing where it quivers, and, but it goes away. It's so weird. It's like riding a bike.
Well, my voice only quivers like like when I feel like a lot of rage. So I have that problem. It's more of the ADHD combined with nervousness. I'll kind of jumble my words sometimes, but that's about it. No, but I've wanted to do a podcast because, I got lots of thoughts on things, but yeah, I guess it's like the phobia that I had to get over to do the lives, because it's just like, kind of talking to yourself, not in this sense, but I don't know.
Lives are like the devil to me. Like, I'm terrified. I've only done 2 and they went fine, but I'm terrified of lives and I don't know why. And I think that's pretty common.
Because you have to literally carry on a conversation with yourself almost, like, because you feel all the pressure on yourself to be entertaining and dance monkey kind of. And then you have the trolls that come in. Oh my God, my live last night was, I don't, how was the podcast about like swearing, because that is definitely discussion.
No, this is an adult girl. It's an adult podcast.
Okay.
I cuss all the time on both my podcasts. And that's actually, I have a list of questions for you. That's actually my last question. That's a great segue. But first, are you drinking? Do you have your White Claw?
Well, it's truly lemonades for me, but actually today was shit. So I have a glass of wine that is filled up way more than it should be, but no one's here.
White or red?
White.
Okay, I'm drinking a red, and I got this decanter at like a vintage. Do you have a decanter?
No, I am white trash.
Girl, I'm from white trash, but like I tell my kids, we may be from the trailer park, but we're not there anymore. So I'm
like
gonna expect you to like raise the level.
Like the fact that I literally brought a Yeti koozie that I got like for the tall slim cans to a crawfish boil the other weekend, and my friends were fascinated by it. They were like, a Yeti. Truly, oh my, like, bitch, are you serious?
Where are you?
I'm in Louisiana. I'm like about 40 minutes outside of New Orleans.
Okay, that's why you're sassy. Now all the pieces are coming together.
Right. I was raised just to be this way, honestly. I had no chance growing up.
So I want to talk about everything in that. But if you get a decanter, they're really cheap. But here's the thing. If you like wine, you'll get addicted to them. You just put the whole bottle of wine in it, and every day it tastes better if it lasts. So like if you buy, say, a $7 bottle of wine and you put it in this, it's just like a glass-based thing. You put it in the decanter, and then every day, like the next day, it'll taste like a $20 glass.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like that oxygen. I don't know how it works. I haven't looked it up, but it's like the oxygen goes into the wine and makes that cheap shit, like Barefoot or whatever. It makes it a high-end wine.
Well, see, I didn't know a decanter would do that, but I did get some little stirrers off of Amazon because I have a bit of an Amazon obsession. But I saw it on a BuzzFeed article about like all these cool things that you can get on Amazon. But they're like little stirrers, but they have filters on the end, and it takes out all the crap in the wine that gives you headaches, basically.
The tannins and the sulfates.
Yes, that's it. You got it. Science.
Yeah.
But stir it in there for like 3 minutes, and it actually works. Like my ex-boyfriend, who is a raging alcoholic, he used them and helped him every morning. He's welcome.
Does it look like a stick? What does it look like?
Yeah, it's like a little gray stick, and it kind of like the handle does like a little twist, and it kind of comes out like fans out like almost in like a spatula shape. But it's got this tiny little filter at the end, and you just stir it real good, like slowly for like 3 minutes, and it just kind of filters all the crap out. And I think they say you can, like the reviews, you can use it like 2 to 3 times. They of course want you to buy more, so they say only 1 use, but 2 to 3 times it works just as good.
I was actually Googling yesterday because I get migraines and I never can figure out what the trigger is. And so I'd had an episode last week and I was like looking up wine and all that stuff.
I have kids.
Yes, I have 2 teenagers.
Well, there you go.
Teenagers are giving me headaches. How old are your kids?
My son will be 17 this month.
Shut up. I have a 17-year-old. You look so,
What?
oh my God. I thought you had like babies.
I was a young mama. I started popping them out like right before I turned 20. Braden is, okay, first of all, I named Braden before that name got just so,
Yeah, right.
the dens were not a thing when I named this boy that. But immediately following, it blew up, and I was like, wow, I really regret your name. So we call him
Caden, Hayden, Aiden. Those are my son's three best friends. Caden, Hayden, Aiden. Like, thank you.
That's crazy. I have my daughter, my 14-year-old daughter, who is the source of any migraine I ever get. She's wonderful, but she's also, yes, migraine inducing. But her name is Cadence, like military cadence.
Oh my God, I love that so much. That is like a classical literature name. That's beautiful.
She's far from that, but that's the name I gave her.
Yeah.
And then my youngest is 4, and that's Olivia.
Okay, so that's why I thought you had little kids, because I knew I saw a smaller child, and I guess I just assumed they were all little.
Nope, I was, my 14-year-old hit 10 years old, and I was like, you know what? I forget how children are made. So let me just have another one and start all over.
That was my last question, but we're going to make it the first one because you mentioned your wife. What is the worst comment you've ever received?
Probably where my address was dropped last night. That was terrifying. Like, I understand the internet's crazy and you can find anything on the internet and if you look hard enough, but like someone else had asked like where I live, which is a normal question, and I just say Louisiana. If they try to narrow it down, I usually just say like southern Louisiana and stop or like 40 minutes outside of New Orleans, because it could be really anywhere. But somebody asked where I lived and I said Louisiana, and then like a few minutes went by, and then this other person who said nothing prior to this and nothing with it just dropped my entire address. And thankfully I live in a condo. Thankfully he left my unit number out, but I'm just sitting there like just shocked and like trying not, because I mean, if you've seen any of my TikToks, I don't really hold back. I'm pretty unfiltered. But in this moment, like I was just kind of stunned, but also like I did not want to draw attention to it. I just wanted to kind of disappear in the comments. But that's definitely the worst comment, because it was just like, really?
That's terrifying. Did you immediately delete the comment?
I don't know if can you delete comments in a live?
I don't know. I've never done one.
I don't think I can. Like,
you just kept talking, like pretended like it didn't just happen, but
my eyes were just huge, and I was just kind of like I didn't know what I was kind of speechless for once in my life, because I knew that I didn't want anyone to see it. So in the moment I was like, I don't want to say anything about it. I just wanted the comments to keep scrolling and this go away. But also like I had to explain why I was just silent, because I'm not that person. So try to dox me right here.
Well, and do you think he did the thing where they locate the IP, like that thing that gamers do?
I mean, if you Google enough, you can find it. It seemed like somebody asked where I was, and I was real smart when I created this account. I had no idea that it would become like what it is. So I was just like, I'm going to put my whole name here. And I was talking to another creator earlier today, and she was like, yeah, you should put your social in your bio. And it was just like, I wish I would have had the forethought to not put my first and last name, but it's there. Can't really do anything about it now. But
the fact that you took the time to leave the live or go on another device and like pull up all that. I mean, there's mental illness out there.
Right.
Illness. I mean, it's a fact of life. And the more people you touch, especially if you're positive or have any element of positivity, it seems like you attract. That's been my experience. I don't know if that's a thing, but it just seems like the happier you are or the more dynamic, then they just kind of come faster. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely a different crowd too, because I've seen like some other creators that I'm really close with, but they have a different approach to things than I do. They kind of just, well, that's the thing. If you allow people, you give them an inch and they'll take a mile. And like, there are people out there like, I mean, I don't know if I want to say names, but there's a guy that I'm close with, and he is he's kind of rambunctious, but he's a very good guy. Um, he's got his little following, his little groupies, but these women are like really like it gets to him because he tries to interact with everybody. He tries to make sure everybody feels acknowledged, but like, they give him a hard time. Like if he doesn't, when they come into the live, if he doesn't like seem excited enough or anything like that, and they're just like, oh, you're too good for me now, and he internalizes it and like feels bad about it. I'm like, no, screw them.
And you've got that, whatever, that strong I don't give a shit, and that's what you have to have, I think, because the level you're growing, you're going to get bigger and bigger. And I get in my head about things because guys do hit on you, and I enjoy being feminine, but that doesn't mean I want you. And it just gets really confusing. And sometimes when I post, the DMs will blow up, and then I'm like, oh, that's not really what I wanted. And anyway,
Right.
so that was one of my questions to you, because I feel like I have so much I want to share, but I'm more comfortable podcasting, because if you're not smart enough to figure out how to get on iTunes, then you're not going to find me. It's not like just out there. You kind of have to, do a little bit of work to get here.
People, Google is very simple. Like just Google the podcast and it's going to take you to a link immediately.
Yes. But I guess I feel safer here, maybe because it's just my voice, than putting a video up, because I don't know, I get in my head about it. So that was like one of my questions for you. You post so consistently, and that's what it takes to get that viral video, to get, you're almost at 100,000 followers. How do you get out of your head about it? Or how do you basically, I'm kind of asking three questions, but how does it go from, oh, I'd like to post today, to an actual video? Can you just take me through that brain process? Because I'll say I want to post, and then I'll get stuck, and then I fall off somewhere, and I just don't come back. I have one social media account I have not posted to in a year. And I want to post, but I'm just like, I'm going to have to deal with comments. It's like emotionally draining for some reason.
No, I totally get that, because I do I had somebody ask me that too, like, how do I keep up with comments and stuff like that? And sometimes it does get difficult. And if the video does blow up, I will sometimes. I had one where I don't know if you saw it, where it was like the 5 ways to be more attractive to a guy. And I did like the complete opposite.
Yes, I loved it. I love that video.
The comments got out of control. And that is definitely where it's somewhere that I do get in my head about it. I feel bad if I don't interact enough, because I try to make sure like everyone is acknowledged to an extent, but there's only so much I can do. I'm one person, I have a job, I have kids, I do have a life. I'll turn the comments off. I'm just like, you know what? Just enjoy the video. There you go.
Right. Okay. So when you turn off comments, can everyone see everything that's already been commented?
There's just 0 comments there anymore.
Okay.
But the thing is, TikTok, the best feature is the drafts. So whenever you're feeling inspired or whatever it is, you make your videos or whatever. Like I have a journal that, I don't like sit there and write my feelings, but like, what are those? But I just, whatever idea pops in my head, because God, ADHD is a bitch, and my brain is a very dark and scary place sometimes. So I'm just, oh, that'll be funny. That's something funny. That's something relatable. And I'll just jot it down. And whenever I have time and, really kicked into high gear, I'll just film a bunch of shit and put it in my drafts and just let it go whenever I feel like, that's ready to be set out into the world. Or if something happens right then and there, I'll just record it, and then there's that. Because like a lot of the stuff that I do post, it's been, it wasn't done right then.
Sure. Sure. You kind of film it, and then when you have the emotional energy, time, wherewithal, whatever, you go back and put the piece together, like put the video piece with a comment or
Right.
whatever.
Like if I
Yep.
and if I hear a sound like that I like, or like I did one, oh God, what was it? I have attacked I haven't okay. I have not attacked him, okay, my ex. But there's been some sounds that, like, well, they'll take something completely obscure and relate it to like a situation that's unfolded that's relatable to a lot of people. But I'll hear something like that and I'll record it and like try to come up with a scenario that fits it as I go or down the road while it's still trending, at least. But I've done that uh, once or twice with the ex of mine, because this fool, like, I knew that because if you just kind of search so and so TikTok, it'll come up on Google. I'm clearly obsessed with Google. They should pay me.
Yeah, I think you name dropped Google 5 times. I'm not
It's
counting.
great. It's great though. Just like Amazon, just like Truly, Tito's.
Did Louisiana just get Google, honey? Did y'all just get Google?
No, it's just very effective. I mean, I'll say that at work. Like, people ask the dumbest questions about IT or anything like that. I'm like, Google's a thing. But I didn't go home.
So you say that you had a really rough childhood. Where are you, like, from? Like a really bad environment or something?
I didn't have so much of a rough childhood. I have very toxic family members that childhood was decent. Parents got divorced when I was 8. My stepmom was a step monster, but for the most part, I have no complaints there. It was more getting into my adult years. And TikTok, honestly, like, that was the craziest thing. Like, I had a video that it's gotten over 2 million views on TikTok, and then it got like close to 1 million views because someone took it, like, kind of, it doesn't, like, the views don't count or whatever. Like, I don't know, the way he shared it on, so it's got like 1 million there, but it kind of went viral in my small town that I'm from. And I mean, a very close family, I'm gonna say my older sister, who was like my best friend, and literally the one that kind of was like, hey, I think you should do this one. Like, I think you could make it funny, because it was when the 2 hurricanes were hitting in Louisiana, this southern United States area in the Gulf. They were hitting at the same time, and she did like that purge sound. Right. Everybody preparing. And then it's like, ain't nobody gonna break my stride at the end. And Louisiana just like not giving a shit with all the alcohol. Well, this one girl did it to that sound, but she comes out like thrusting a Dr. Pepper 2-liter in the air. Like, that bitch, we don't drink that here. I'm sorry. I do in the morning, but not at night. Not when it's party time. So I redid it and just had an armful of all the alcohol I already had at home.
That may have been the one that I saw that I started following you. So when the algorithm on TikTok, when I see a video, okay, I'm a little confused by the algorithm. So the more I watch, the more I see. So because I see you a lot. So it's like you and 4 other people. I feel like, and maybe
Sorry about that.
no, it's okay. But maybe because I'm commenting, I don't know why, but it's like 4 people. And I feel like I just am constantly seeing them. And I'm not sure why.
Interact with the most, who you like, you like
Okay.
their videos the most.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing that. Okay, so from my perception, if I don't know about the algorithm, I think you're posting all the fucking, I mean, you may not be posting that much because it's just showing me more of what I'm watching or interact
Right.
with or whatever. Okay.
Right. No, I'm not like, dropping videos every 15 minutes. I'll try to they say like post 1 to 2 every day. Sometimes I'll do 3 or whatever, but sometimes I won't do any. Like my weekends, especially if I'm by myself, like it's a kid-free weekend, I might post like one of my drafts. For the most part, I am just AWOL. So like last weekend, I don't even know if I posted. I may have posted like 1, but yeah, I didn't post for like a couple days, and people were like, "Where are you?" I'm like, drinking.
Right, living, decompressing from your bullshit. Yeah, I'm doing
Right.
stuff. Okay, so let's see. Okay, the convention. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. So when is the TikTok convention?
It's actually from the 16th to the 7th or 18th, I think. I don't
And
remember
okay,
exactly.
so is it open for anyone or do you have to be a bigger creator to go?
No, it was open to anyone on TikTok that wanted to go, but it did sell out because you have to have like the events that this meetup is for, you have to have like your little lanyard or whatever to get in. So, because they did like there is one day that it's like meet and greet and stuff, and you have to have your little ID to get in because it's going to be like you have to, which is kind of funny to me. I had to create my own insert for the lanyard with my QR code and stuff from TikTok on there. But it's a certain lanyard that they're going to give you, and you have to have that on to get into the event. So one day is the meet and greet and pictures and all that crap, and that is going to be incredibly uncomfortable for me. And then they're doing some other event with like Matt Merrill or something. I follow him. He does the slide in stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but then they're going to have a pool party. They've apparently rented out the pool at the plaza and like a bunch of cabanas and all that other stuff. So that should be fun and not wear a big cover up, I guess.
Flashy outfits and comfortable shoes, because I think that's very important. The last time I went was June or July, but honestly, I feel more insecure in places like LA, Miami, Dallas. To me, those places are more bougie, and Vegas is like, hey, we're all out of our mind.
Well, it sounds like bourbon, so I'm good to go then. But I've never gone to Vegas before.
Oh, girl, you deserve
Yeah.
it. You deserve it. You're in for such a treat. I took myself one year for my birthday, and I've taken 6 people and paid for everything. I've taken my
What?
brother. Yes, I've taken my brother. I've taken my kids. I've taken my friends. If I find out someone hasn't went to Vegas, I take them and I pay for everything. It's like a thing I do, and I love doing it because I love Vegas. I just do. I love it. I'm like, it's and
I
with
mean, you want to Venmo
tell
me
me.
for like this trip? This is my first trip.
Be your sponsor. You want me to be your Vegas sponsor?
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend, hanging out at the Cosmo. I only stay at the Cosmo when I go. And when you get there, like where Aria is in the Cosmo, that's like where all your ball player money, you know, that's that type of vibe. So that's it. That's just my like hangout. It's amazing. But wherever you stay, you're gonna have a great time. Does everyone have to stay at the plaza, or is that
Oh
just
no.
parties? Okay.
Yeah, that's just where one of the parties is, I think. I'm staying at the Sahara, so I hope that's good.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I mean, there really is no bad place to stay in Vegas. It's just more of where you.
Oh, I'm sure there could be some bad.
I know. I guess I don't know. That's so bad. I don't know.
Some seedy places.
Well, I was dating this last guy I dated, took me to the Venetian, and I thought was poor. I was like, and then I realized my level of entitlement. I'm like, okay. I think I've arrived at the highest of the trophy girlfriend situation when I think the Venetian is for poor people. I'm like, I don't have a balcony because there's not really any balconies at the Venetian.
Oh, me, I'm just like, I just need a bed. I just need a bed to like slam down on when I'm passing out, and I'm good.
I'm going to send you a link to so the Cosmo is the only hotel in Vegas that has balconies. So you can actually like sit out there with your drink and watch the strip. So you're like,
my stuff's already paid for though. This is too late. This is gonna be after the next trip that we can forget.
Oh, our next trip. Okay, so like it never happened.
Right, we can forget this, and then you can sponsor me and like just take me to Vegas again. So.
Okay, so are any of your followers going to Vegas, or are you going with like a group of female creators and you're like in your bubble safety net type thing?
No, I'm actually going by myself, which is very intimidating for me because I'm still 5 feet tall.
Are you five
And
foot tall?
I am
Stop it.
with, just because I have the attitude of a 7 foot tall man with warrants. Yeah, it's very confusing.
The best women are 5 foot. They just are. Like they are.
Yeah, we have Napoleon syndrome really bad.
I love it. I know one time I looked around, it was like a few years ago. I'm like, why are all my friends 4'9"? Because I'm 5'10". We'll go out and they would say, you can't wear heels. And I'm like, why? And I guess I like that really feisty, tell it like it is. That's kind of my personality. So
Yeah. Well, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Oh, so you're a supermodel, is what you're saying.
Well, I have pictures when I would go out with my girlfriends, I was not allowed to wear heels. So I always had to wear flip flops.
Wait. No, you're always allowed to wear heels. Do not ever let anyone tell you can't do something.
Well,
Tell
I'm
them to
not,
worry about themselves.
yeah, I'm not friends with that toxic group anymore. So I'm not
Good.
any of those girls anymore. But it was always like a thing. It was like, Misty, you got all the attention. So we're going to need you to look a little ugly today.
Oh, cry me a fucking river.
Like, I'm sorry. But okay, so when do you leave? Do you leave on like the 15th or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna get there on the 15th, and uh, I won't be getting there until, like, I think my flight lands and a little after 7. So depending on the energy I have from my travels, we'll see what happens. But I think the first event the next day is like at lunch. So
You're
probably
gonna have
need to take.
so much fun. You're gonna have so much fun.
I mean, it's crazy too. I posted a video, like the video saying that, like, oh, I did it or whatever, just letting everybody know it that I was going. And I was so surprised that I'm sorry, I got distracted. ADHD, my phone lit up. Anyway, I was so surprised by all the people that were actually gonna go. Like, I got comments after comments that, oh my God, I'll be there too. And I was like, holy shit, like people that I interact with on a regular basis that are gonna be there. So that's extremely exciting for me to actually get to see these people in person. Like, yeah, I've met a few creators. Like, I met I'm Brooke J. Lacey. Like, I adore her to death. Like, this woman literally flew from Boise across the country to hang out with me for one night, like a 10 plus, to hang out with me one night in Fort Walton, Florida,
Aww.
and then flew back. Like, it was probably the nicest thing that's ever been done. Like, of course, she downplays it and says that she loves to fly because she's, all over the place too. So it kind of confined her to the chair to get work done. But I was just like, you just flew across the country for me. Let me have this moment.
Do you think that TikTok kind of brings kind people together? Do you feel that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I think the most beneficial part of getting on TikTok is because I know that I have, like, I guess you would say, an abrasive kind of approach to some people. It really is. Everybody gets the same kind of jumping off point with me. I am open to a friendship with everyone. It's what you choose to do with that afterwards is the response you're going to get from me. And also, my kind of like sarcasm and dryness is a filtering mechanism as well, because if you can handle it, then we're going to be great. We'll be fast friends. But also, like, TikTok helped me because I did have an issue with seeing other women in a good light, because where I'm from, I had not had good experiences. It's a lot of talking behind your back when I am not about that. I'll say that shit directly to your face, and then I might say the shit behind your back when people ask me why we don't speak anymore, but I've already said it to your face. So, but it's just catty bullshit. And I couldn't deal with it. So I got really nervous just being around any woman. It was just like, oh my God, I love all these bitches. it was just great. Like all these women were just so supportive and so cool. And, you know, it was very good for my mental health as well during quarantine. I don't think I would have made it through quarantine as well as I did without the support of some of the people that I met. So it's definitely been life changing, that's for sure. Like, and just changed my perspective on so many other things that I wouldn't have even ways of thinking I wouldn't even had a chance to experience. So it's as I don't know how to put it, like as shallow and like people. I honestly stopped being friends with one girl very, very recently because she downplayed TikTok way too damn much and it pissed me off. And it's not because, oh, you think what I'm doing is stupid. It's like, okay, so you don't see the value in something that is very valuable to me and you think it's a joke. And she called it like, oh, what's your TikTok and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, like these people are actually fucking important to me. So
yeah, you can save people's lives. I'm really active in stories. I'm a real estate broker, so I'm a little bit more comfortable sharing in stories because they expire. I don't necessarily want to give my exes an encyclopedia to pull out to use. That's my situation. So
yeah, I get it.
yeah, that's another podcast. So I love stories because first of all, my exes are not on social media. I don't think they're smart enough to know what stories are. Like they're more like making money men. They're not like in there. So I feel totally vulnerable and safe. And some of my stories literally, and I'm not saying this about me, I'm saying this about the power of social media. There are other people on the other sides of those phones. We're not posting this to like post art for people to stare at. There are human beings' lives. And I always post about suicide and depression. I consistently post content and stories that you are loved. If no one has ever told you, you are accepted. I love you. If you need someone to talk to, and I've had 4 people reach out to me and say, I was going to kill myself that day.
That's fucking incredible.
And, you
I
know,
got chills. I did.
yeah, I did too. And it makes me very emotional because, um, you know, that's just a thought I have. I'm going to Publix to buy my, you know, bitchy hummus, my lemon dill hummus, like whatever I'm doing that day, you know, like I'm in my world. And I just feel like, oh my God, I really should post this. I feel that. And I post it. And then, you know, I'll get reactions like that. And people that feel totally outcasted, you know, there are people, I think, you know, I'm dealing with like getting over narcissism and, you know, toxic men, and those are probably things I'm dealing with, but there's other people at the fucking starting line that didn't have parenting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm at probably a 50, they may be at a negative 100 because, you know, they didn't have anything to begin with. So all that just to say, you know, I feel that friend was being a little down low, jealous, passive aggressive because it's powerful. And that's been my experience. And I know other people really speak into me. And I'm a real person. So there's
Right.
real people are on the other side of that screen. So no one should take that from you. I mean, you're
Well, that's the thing, like, too, like,
millions of people at this point. Come on.
there's been so many women too, like, and I want to explain to all of them, like they do like, oh, you're my spirit animal, which is these are the sweetest comments, like, you know, you're my spirit animal. I wish I had your confidence or whatever it is. It's like this didn't just I didn't wake up like or I wasn't born this way. This was over, like, if you would have met me 15 years ago, you'd be like, I don't even know this woman because I don't know that woman because she was just like a beaten down shell of a person that I am today. It was all this bullshit and experiences and
Yep.
personal trauma and all that
Mm-hmm.
that eventually just one day I was just like, anything for me, like, not that I need anything from anyone, like, relationships aren't based on what you can do for me, but it is based on the positivity that you bring into my life. Like, I want to do good for others. Like, yes, I am loud, I'm vulgar, like I just off the wall sometimes, but I got a good heart. and I will give you the shirt off my back. I'm going to bitch about it the whole time, but I'm going to do that for you. I'll do anything I can for a friend. But it just took to getting to the point where it's like, I don't fucking care what you think, because I pay my own bills. I know that I'm doing what's best for me, and my kids are my number one priority. They're taken care of first and foremost. Like, my shit is taken care of. So I don't give a fuck what you think of me from some 60-second video or just as an outsider perspective. Like, fuck you and your opinions. I'm just going to keep doing what makes me happy, because this is my life. This is my life. And I'm not saying that stupid ass YOLO shit, but it is like, I don't get another chance. So I'm not going to live to appease someone else. I'm going to do what makes me happy, as long as I know I'm not hurting anyone else or myself. This is me, and my shit is my focus. Like,
that is some spirit animal talk.
I reached that point.
That's like right there. We could put that on a loop, like with some little remixes in there, and just loop that. That was.
I'm gonna quit my job and be a motivational speaker.
Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. Come on, I'm a full-time entrepreneur.
Awesome. I wish I could be, because I hate going to work every day.
I did too. I hated it a lot. I was in a relationship, and I can remember like dealing with family members, and in that relationship, I'm like, I could do this shit better by myself. Like, right. I had that revelation. I'm like, I'm broke. I was depressed. I was broke. I didn't like the family members. I'm like, I could do all this by myself in peace and better. And I did.
Right. Like, if you end like a relationship, or you cut someone out your life and you can actually breathe easier, then you're not doing the wrong thing there. Like I was talking about earlier, my older sister, who encouraged me to do, like, she loved it. She loved it in the beginning when I was just, and I'm not even saying I'm some big shit now, but like when I just didn't really have any content that was like, oh, you know, that's done great, whatever. This one video just blows the fuck up. And then people in our town are like talking about it and stuff. My older sister, who has always been the starlet of the family, and, you know, she's the golden child of the sisters and all this other shit, was like, this person that I've been so absolutely devoted to my entire life. Like, that bitch could have called me at 3 a.m. and said that she's got a flat in freaking Maine, and I would have started driving type of relationship with her. She was my sister, and family is important to me. But she did not like that this had been something like good for me, and it was attention drawn to me. I haven't spoken, like, my sister, who I text every single day, we talked all day long through text, at least one phone call a day, stopped speaking to me entirely in November, and hasn't since then.
Girl.
So I was very upset about it, because it's like, holy shit. Like, I expect, you know, I set the bar real low for everybody at the beginning, because people disappoint. It is what it is. But this is someone that was like, man, I am completely fucking blindsided by this. But I eventually like just had to kind of come to the conclusion, like, well, you know, like, if that's the way you look at it, and you're not happy that I have something that is very beneficial for me, it doesn't benefit you, but it's beneficial for me, and you don't give a fuck, and it makes you angry about me. Like, I was finding out, like, her and my brother-in-law were talking shit about me to family members, and like just friends and stuff. It was kind of getting back to me through the grapevine. I was like, well, and this is making it way easier for me just to cut this toxic shit out. Like, y'all are terrible people.
Yeah, I honestly think it's the positivity piece. And it is something about just showing up and being vulnerable and other people are drawn to you, but that inner circle is triggered. Like I can't even explain it. I've went through it, but I can't explain it. I'll get, texts or messages like, oh, I see your life's easy. I'm like, what? Like, I don't, because I'm confused by it. I don't understand why you would judge someone by them appearing to be happy and people liking them. But
Right.
it's a thing. It's a thing. And it is I think it's a playing small thing. And when you play small, especially in southern small towns, and you're not threatening, if you play small, you stay in your place, you get married to a guy that hunts, you get,
Oh my God.
be whatever, people feel like not threatened by you. But especially you getting like global attention like that, I don't know. It checks people in some weird way. And they should be celebrating you. Like the right response would be to order you a TikTok shirt. And oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Like that's the healthy response.
And the saddest part is that I'm the first person to downplay it. Like I know that there's way bigger creators out there and way better creators out there. Like, and that's awesome. Like, but I am thankful. I was thankful the day that I got one follower. I'm thankful today for the followers that I have. Like, it's mind blowing to me because I see the number and I look at it and I'm like, that's incredible. It doesn't change that I just started this one day to get through quarantine, and it has turned into something much bigger. But it's the number is more about like, look at all the people that I've met. This is awesome. It's not about being like, if I was to walk outside, I don't care if this was to end today. It was a fun ride while it lasted, kind of thing. It's not going to be my end all be all, but like, yeah, my older sister and stuff, they were just, eventually it got, I guess in their minds, they looked at it like it was just too big, and I was too big for my britches, even though I wasn't doing shit besides putting content that they thought their excuse for the whole thing was I was inappropriate.
Okay.
They found my content to be inappropriate and I was embarrassing. Like, bitch, I've been like this my entire life. What are you talking about? Like, don't act like this is news to you. Like, everything I've ever said on my videos, I said in real life. You have constantly told me to stop cussing, don't say that in front of people. You should probably filter yourself. And I've told you to mind your business. Like, this is who I am. So what is the problem?
Well,
this is who I am.
It's jealousy. That's what it is. It's jealousy.
It's the saddest thing too, because it's family, but I guess I just kind of hold those people in higher regard than I should, which is unfortunate.
So we're going to do 2 more questions and then we're going to play a game.
Okay.
And
yeah, this is getting serious.
I know we need a part 2, dysfunctional. We have, I'm kind of holding back because I know I'm keeping you. It's like an hour on Friday night.
No, I'm good. I'm going to New Orleans tomorrow. So that tonight is my chill night, because I know that I don't want to feel like shit in the morning and then go feel like shit Sunday morning.
Sure. You've got to, save up and stay hydrated.
Pretty much.
So we should definitely do another show about dysfunctional family, or I don't know, some
toxic family, 100%, because
and like
that show.
And what it causes so much damage. But in the long run, God has a plan and there's a reason. And a lot of times when
absolutely
I share things I go through, people are like, oh my God, me too. And that's why you have so many followers, because you are being real and other people identify with that. They're like, oh my God, me too. That's like a thing I deal with. Okay, so this is the last question. Then we're going to play our game. And thank you so much for being here. You are it's hard to explain. You're very refreshing and I appreciate that. I just love following you. And
oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything you would like to say to my listeners? Give your plugs for your, usernames and things like that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, my username is Jana.Rawls, Rawls. Uh, I am like, I have recently kind of gotten the stigma of being a feminist, and a feminist is basically someone that just asks for equality, like equal treatment. So yeah, if that makes me a feminist, that's fine. That's kind of what my content is. I mean, it's more like, relatable stuff. I try to branch out and relate to everyone, but I am going to go in when it comes to like women stuff, because guess what? I'm a fucking woman. So, don't come at me when I seem strong on those issues. But that's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, I feel like a feminist.
Also, just don't come for
Like,
me, because I will I make grown men cry. I have.
that's
It's
good.
happened.
That's
So.
actually, you need a badge for that. Like you need like something to wear on your jacket. So with like man tears.
I mean, like I did a video, what was like a couple days ago, where I started the video just saying and this was actually censored versions of the horrible shit my ex-husband and my ex-boyfriend used to say to me. And it was just like, hey, y'all in my comments that think that you're getting to me, like, this is shit people that I loved said to me. So what you think of me like means absolutely jack shit. So
Yeah,
just
like
letting
if
you.
if I survived my loved one saying it, do you think that your watered down version would affect me? No,
Right.
no, not
I'm
at all.
completely unfazed by you and your judgment, and you don't even know me. So, yep. I mean, like, if you're triggered easily by like strong female types, then don't follow me. But if you like funny, witty people, because I am fucking hilarious, that have opinions, then hey, check it out. Thanks.
You are, and I think I've drank a half a bottle of cab. So cheers, cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah, I'm down to the bottom of this glass. So
And this is a wonderful interview. Honestly, my cheeks hurt. You've made me laugh so hard. And the last thing we're going to do is play Instagram roulette. So I'm going to, I have your Instagram here. I
oh
just typed,
shit.
you didn't have a weird username. So I just typed in your name, you came right up.
Yeah,
And
because I don't understand, like, not putting my identity out there.
So I'm gonna just scroll like randomly through Instagram and not look. I'm gonna stop on a picture. I'm going to tell you about the picture and then I want you to tell me about it. So here we go.
All right, I like this.
Okay, I stopped. Okay. Okay, so it's a pool. It's an in-ground pool with a diving board, and you're doing a cartwheel off of the pool in a bikini.
That's not me. That's an old friend of mine. That's at her brother's house. It was during halftime during the LSU game, and she no longer speaks to me as
Oh,
well.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm gonna like it and comment on it and just, rest in peace to that friendship. And let me put lots of hearts. Okay. Okay, I liked it and commented on it. Jen,
She no longer speaks to me for, you know what? I'll take credit for that.
they can go in that long file. It's just a file cabinet. They just all go in there. Here, join the others. Thank you. Bye. Um, anyway, it was a pleasure to have you. Happy Easter. Enjoy your Good Friday. Enjoy New Orleans or wherever you're going. And
You too. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. This has
you're
been
welcome.
awesome.
Awesome. I will see you later. Talk to you later.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
bye.
Bye.
For your beauty tip today, I am going to tell you how confidence creates magnetism. So, being magnetic and having charisma is a very alluring trait that you can actually learn and develop. The best way to be charismatic, dynamic, attractive is to have confidence. Confidence will carry you through tough times, hard times. It will make you stand out on job interviews or when you're up for promotions or if you want to date someone that you feel maybe is a little bit out of your league, having confidence will take you to the next level. And it's one of the most beautiful things you can do. And guess what? Unlike Botox and Juvederm, it is free. So number one on how to be confident is to get things done. Completing things gives you a sense of purpose. You know, you've heard the make your bed first thing in the morning or jump out of bed like Mel Robbins. But actually these small tasks trick your brain into thinking you're getting things done. So whether it be a small task or a large task, doing tasks tells your brain that you are successful, that you're busy, that you're doing the thing, and it's very good to do to get confidence. That's number one. Number two, celebrate small wins. Don't wait till you get that Oscar. Honey, order the champagne tonight and celebrate that you kept all your appointments this week and didn't have a meltdown. If that is a win, that's a win. Celebrate it. Number three, do the right thing is not just a movie title, it's a confidence builder. Make sure that you're doing things with integrity. That you're doing the right thing, that you're not taking shortcuts in life or skipping the line at self-checkout. Just do the right thing. It'll give you an overall sense of well-being. Number four, be fearless, not just a Taylor album, but also a way to rebrand your brain into success. Don't be afraid. Just be action-oriented. Number five is to exercise. Exercising actually releases all kinds of endorphins and dopamine, and it just makes you feel good and juicy. And don't we need that after a year of being like stale Ritz crackers under the couch? Yes, we do. For the full list, please go to Forbes.com and look for 10 ways to build confidence. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have any Nashville gossip that you would like to share, please email hello@mistyperry.com. For comments, concerns, or any questions related to me, use that email as well. I am always looking for co-collaborations and guests for my show. So if you have a special talent, if you can whistle, if you can do anything, well, it needs to be a little bit noteworthy or interesting. I don't care about how prestigious you are. If you're boring, you're boring. So if you think you might be interesting enough to be on my show, let me know and let's see if we could work together. My name is Nashville Misty on all socials, and give me a follow, a subscribe, a comment, and it is highly appreciated. If you would like to find out more about my self-help books and my metaphysical podcast, you can go to NashvilleMisty.com for deets. I love you and have a great day.